Hello, and welcome to this episode called Toothpaste, not just for your pearly whites. Oh, it's 1 o'clock, January 3rd. I'm still in Amelia Island, Florida. It's nice and warm. I'm sitting out on a porch, getting ready to do this podcast, this travel tip podcast. Now, for those of you who travel a lot, or maybe not so much, you might know that toothpaste, as I said, is not just for your pearly whites. I found that I can't count on apartments or hotels to have cleaning products that I need when I need them, and often I need products immediately. I choose not to buy products because the bottles contain much more product than I would ever need, and I refuse to carry that in my luggage. Therefore, I carry toothpaste. It's a remedy for lots of challenges. And note, I use the gritty toothpaste rather than smooth gels. Grit does the trick. And of course, I always have an old toothbrush dedicated to such emergencies. So here are my favorite uses for toothpastes. I clean the white rubber soles of my flip-flops and my sandals with toothpaste. I scrub them with my old toothbrush and a dab of toothpaste to get to those edges of dirt inside the crevices of the rubber soles. It works like a charm. And often when I love to iron. I don't know what that's about, but I really love ironing. It's kind of like Zen experience for me. So I use toothpaste sometimes when there is gunk on my iron. That happens in hotels and it happens in apartments where I have a lovely iron, but it has gunk, residue. And that gunk can stain or damage my clothes. I've tried salt. It just simply falls to the floor. But now I squeeze some toothpaste onto a rag and scrub the iron. Of course, the iron's cold. And then I'll wipe off the excess with a wet rag. I use a Q-tip to get at the stubborn paste stuck in the steam holes. I let it dry. Following this procedure, then, I fill the water reservoir and force steam to exit the steam holes. I don't want to begin ironing having not done that because sometimes there's excess gunk hidden inside those little holes. So I force that steam to exit the holes to ensure no gunk is hiding in the iron. And when in doubt, I use a towel between the iron and the piece of clothing that I'm ironing just to make sure that the little residue of gunk doesn't go onto my clothes. And that's the extra protection. I do the same thing to get gunk off my curling iron and my flat iron. I do the same thing as I did before. Toothpaste on a rag. I scrub it. I wipe it off with a wet rag and then Q-tips anywhere. Now, also, did you know that toothpaste can be used to remove lipstick, ink, and grass stains from clothing? Cover the stain with toothpaste, rub the edges of the fabric together vigorously, and rinse with warm water. And then you can launder as usual. Wine stains from tablecloths. Now, I don't go to restaurants and do this, but sometimes I'll have someone over in my apartment for dinner, and we've been known to spill wine, especially red wine, on tablecloths. Well, I stop everything. I flood the tablecloth with cold water until the stain disappears or it's nearly gone. Then smear that stain with toothpaste and let it sit to penetrate the fabric. I often gently rub together that fabric to dig even deeper into the fabric if necessary. Then I launder as usual. I can address ink stains with toothpaste, and that happens to me even with those little pens that I write with. Sometimes the ink will somehow seep out of the bottom and get it on the elbow of my blouse or in the wrist area. So I use toothpaste for those stains in the same way that I do with wine stains from tablecloths. Gum. I can get gum from my clothing. Now that's happened a couple times, and the gum doesn't have to be gum that you chew. It can be gum from a package that seals the plastic to protect this package. You know that gum. It's kind of stringy when you pull it off, but the gum, you can get that gum off your clothing. You smear the toothpaste over the gum, flatten with a knife or a ruler or something else with a flat, sharp edge. Once the toothpaste dries, the gum should be easier to remove. I also buff my scuffed shoes. A little bit of toothpaste, rub with the soft cloth. Despite what you might have heard or read, do not use toothpaste to clean jewelry. It's too abrasive, and it can dull your precious stones, as well as dull silver and gold. So I use a toothbrush, but with simple soap and water before buffing with jewelry cloth. So there you have it, a fast tip about toothpaste. And you know, that serves me well when I'm traveling. As you know, I have just 50 pounds in my bag. I try not to have that much, but I can have 50 pounds or less in my bag. I don't want to carry cleaning products, but I want to have clean stuff. So I suggest to you, when you're traveling or as to visit your family and friends, that you consider using toothpaste as a cleaning product. Doesn't that sound a great idea? I hope you're having a good day, the 3rd day of January 2019. Thank you for listening. Comment, subscribe. Tell me about your cleaning tips with simple products, repurposing the use of simple products, easy to carry when you're traveling. This is my outgo music, Raphael Javadoff, the Amelia Island Sun. Thanks for listening to In the Know. Bye-bye.